Hello, my friends. It's me, Paul, and I know you've been waiting long time, and me too. It was really hard to reserve some hours these weeks and to improve on the gene and to finish it. And I have good news today because I was able to make some progress here and to show something new, some improvement which is better for me and also for you. Maybe you remember last time I presented the compare extended function. So today I will talk again about the compare, and before I dive into it right now, I like to just invite you to this channel. So if you are new here, you can subscribe to this channel and you can still support me on the Patreon. The link is in the description, and for sure you can join the Wave Hunters group where you can see all the news that are coming from me. So if you have already the previous Gene 2.2, you can join the Wave Hunters group where are all the interesting stuff from my side and also from the others. So now coming back to the compare function, and last time I have shown that I can mark the numbers by one underline, that it presents the numbers which are matched with the history or with the numbers which I put on the ticket. And also there were numbers marked by two lines, so double underlined, and these were representing numbers which were also drawn in the same order like the numbers in the lottery. So that was the way how to better see the numbers and how to recognize it. But the problem I found there was that this comparison using the underline and double underline format was so slow. It wasn't problem, or it was not significant when you were using just a few previous draws or just a few results, so that was quite acceptable. But then when I started to use the whole history of the lottery, where there were, for example, 3000 previous draws, so it was really big, then it was so hard, really hard to get the comparison finished, and the program sometimes froze, so I wasn't able to compare it at all in some days. So I decided, or I had to change it, because it then will not be so useful even for me or even for you. So I took my time, and I believe it's better to make it functional for all of us than to give you some crap which is useless. So I hope you understand that, and it's really taking some time, but one of these things is finished right here, and let me show how this works and what is new. So I'll change the screen right here, and on my left side is the previous comparison with one line, underline and double underline. So I start the compare function, so you can remember what I'm talking about. So it's running right here, and it's not so big because I have only 3 previous draws and just 2 future lots. So let's say now it's finished, and you can see there are numbers which are double underlined or just with one underline, and you can see the waves here, and you can see also the whole matches and also the matches in the right order, the waves with the right order. So that's fine, and I can also clean it by the right click mouse, and now it's clean. And just when I'm talking, and you can see how it's changing, it's slow even now. It's really quite slow for such small tables, but right here it's finished. And if you imagine it, that when I use the lottery with, I don't know, for example, 100 results or 3000 previous draws or even more, then it can take even more than day, and you should be just in stress if it will freeze or not. You have no idea if it's comparing or it has frozen or whatever. So I changed the format. Instead of using the underline and underline, I just change it, and it is on my left, or sorry, on my right side. And here I'm using different compare. Also, when you look here, you can see also the status bar, how many percent was already compared. So I click it, and now it's finished. Yeah, you see compare is finished. And maybe you have seen the percentage, how it's running. And now it's the percentage is visible here just for you, just for this video. But when these tables will be small, then you will just see it's finished, and that's it. But for the bigger amount of comparison, there will be also the bar where you see the percentage, so you have idea how it is in progress. And it's anyway, the time will be quite in minutes. And in fact, this comparison is 100 times faster than the previous one on my left side. So it is huge improvement, and just the difference is that I'm using the different format, and it means that the yellow numbers here, you can also change by yourself the numbers based on your preference. So the yellow here, it means that it matches with the other draw, but not in the right order, but it's matching, or it is matching also in the right order, like these numbers which are in green. And let's say, for example, the number 20 is in the right order here, or the number 59 also is in the right order. Now I start the right click, and it's cleared, and it's very fast. Yeah, and even if I delete this monitor bar for small, it's even faster than you see on the screen. So that's this huge improvement, and let's show why I changed that, and where is the holy grail. So since I did the compare and other function like the twister, then it makes sense for me to use mostly the whole history of the lottery. And I will just show, I have here one of these lotteries, and it has more than 3,100 previous draws. So when I try to make it smaller, or to show it on the whole display, it's so huge and so long. So it's 25%, and the table, if you imagine 3,000, it's very, and I'm still not at the end. And you can imagine when I was trying to compare this with the slow previous function, the compare, then it really took a long time, and I might get some errors. And now I have the faster here, and let's show how this works. I hope it will not freeze during the, let's say, during the recording of this video. So let's start, and you can see the compare is running on the monitor bar, and you see the numbers has changed the colors. So the red is that it's matching in the right order, and the purple it's matching just, but not in the right order. And now it's running, and I still do not see the 1%. So let's try to a little bit wait. Maybe it's frozen right now, I don't really know. I hope you will see that. If not, it doesn't matter. It's really, it works. So it's just the matter of the recording, because there are some other processes, and sometimes the screen is not refreshed like it should be when you are using that normally. So that's it, and I will little bit wait until I finished and just tell you what I plan for the next step, which is one of the last one. because there are still 2 remaining things I mentioned, and one new thing which I found out that it will be very good to add it and to use it and to have it also for you. So I don't want to make it in other release like 2.4 and or the other one. I want to put everything into this Gene 2.3, that it's really the whole program with all the useful functions inside already. And this function I will call something like sorter, or sorting the numbers. And what I will do is so you see it's now running, and it's not showing the percentage, but maybe when I talk, maybe I will see at least the end. But let's speak about the sorter. So I will extend the new gene. The sorter is not finished here, but I will explain what it will be about. So there will be probably a new button called sort, like not compare but sort, and you can do it just after the generation, like the compare function. And the sort will be about when you use more outputs, like I have here about there are only just, let's say, 3 results, output results. But if you use more than one, let's say 2 or for example 10, and imagine you are running the gene for 5 days, and the gene was able to, from in these output boxes, to print for you 10 best results, which are the best of the whole generation. And one thing I realized, that in these 10 best results are numbers which are occurring or repeated in all the output boxes. So what I want to do is to find the numbers which are most repeated in these output boxes, in the last best output boxes, and to print them for you. So let's say if there are numbers in the F column, in the first, second and third, and let's imagine that, for example, number 6 is repeated 3 times here, so then it will be printed here in some information, and it will tell you that there is, if I make it empty, because this is just for comparison, so you might see here that for example number 6 is 3 times, number 10 is 2 times, and then if there is just one number not repeated at all, then it will not be printed. So it will show you some top 10 numbers from the whole generation, and this will be always relevant for the current column, so that will be relevant for the future lots, the top 10 for the C1, the top 10, and for the C2, or let's say for the prediction 2. So that's the next function what I plan to do, and I've already started this. So then on the next video, and I hope it will be sooner than this one, I'll show how this works and how I see that useful, because these sorted numbers or their presence might be also one of the results you can use, and you can test it on the lottery ticket, and to see if this is something which is maybe also even more useful. Today I don't know if these sorted numbers are useful or will have a higher probability to win or more matches in the future or not, but that's why we have this great group with you, the Wave Hunters, and we are here about to test it and to really find the best ways how to get more and more matches and better waves. So that's all for today. I hope you found that interesting, and before I finish I will just look if the comparison has finished yet. So you see there are 3000 previous draws, and it during my speech, so it just took a few minutes, it's already finished. So you see I have here all the waves and everything is just done here. So it's now perfectly functional. I'm glad that I was at least able to show this to you during that recording. And last thing maybe I can just show is when I want to clear it. I will not wait till the end, but you can just see. So it's cleaning, maybe, yes. And here you see at least the percentage. So we have 2%, 3%. And you also see there is the first number which is changing is the number which were already compared, and the number after the division mark is the whole number of, or the number of whole numbers, or the complete amount of, this is few of the numbers which should be compared, which is really more than 3 millions. So I have now already 19%, 20%. So it's really fast, and the comparison is now great. So I am happy that I was also able to show how the comparison and the clearing works, how you can see the status of that progress here. So that's then finally all for today. Thank you for watching, for your interest and for your patience, and I'll come back soon with the new function called sorter. Until that, have a great time and goodbye.